The big gaming holiday season 2021 is upon us. A bunch of third-party AAA games are about to release, and Xbox will have their biggest holiday season in years. The launch of Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite are coming up soon, and there will also be third-party major releases coming to Game Pass, like the day one launch of Back 4 Blood. And just last week, during the Tokyo Game Show, they announced even more AAA goodness coming to Game Pass with games like Scarlet Nexus. Xbox also had a big accessibility showcase, where they detailed some big changes coming to the Xbox ecosystem to make gaming more inclusive for everyone. This all came out of nowhere, and it just shows you that Xbox isn't done for 2021 yet. They are gearing up for their biggest holiday season in years, which will include their 20th anniversary and some major first-party releases. So in this video we are going to discuss the next 2.5 to 3 months for Xbox and why Xbox gamers have an incredible exciting time ahead. Hello gamers from around the world, this is Boxenberger, the video game enthusiast from Germany, with a video on some Xbox goodness that we can anticipate over the next weeks. But before we discuss everything, you should treat yourself and set your player to full 4K 60 FPS to get the best audiovisual experience I can deliver to you. And while you are at it, please also consider to hit the like and subscribe button and maybe even turn on the notification bell. Okay, thank you guys, but now let's talk about how Xbox is gearing up for their big holiday season 2021. Let me be honest with you, I wasn't sure if it's worth making a video about this, but the thing really is that Xbox somehow seems to always have something to announce to get gamers excited or to add value in being invested in the Xbox ecosystem. And I'm not just talking about Game Pass, I'm also looking at things like the accessibility showcase last week, where they talked about a ton of surprise features that will make gaming more inclusive than ever. Things like color filters, quick settings, a night mode display, globalization of speech to text, new features for the Xbox controllers, etc, etc. I mean, what other gaming company does something like that out of the blue and surprises us with that? I'll have everything linked in the description down below in case you are more interested. But also they continuously bring more technical value, like for instance the addition of Dolby Vision to Xbox games or the addition of xCloud streaming to Xbox One consoles. Microsoft continuously seems to surprise us gamers, and since their biggest holiday season is about to start, in which they will celebrate their 20th anniversary of the Xbox brand, I think it's obvious how Xbox is gearing up for the next 2 to 3 months. They want to make the Xbox ecosystem the place to play this holiday season and beyond. They are gearing up by doing a bunch of things. They make Xbox Series X gaming available to everyone who has access to a device with a browser via xCloud, and that includes the last gen consoles. So even if you are still looking for an Xbox Series X or S, you won't get left behind if you invest into the Xbox ecosystem right now. If you are a gamer with a handicap, Microsoft is trying to make it as easy as possible for you to feel included in this amazing community. And on the technical side of things, they are making everything ready to make the games of this holiday season and beyond best to be experienced on Xbox. But they are doing even more for us gamers, especially with Game Pass. They add continuously more value to Game Pass, making the best Christmas present you will be able to get this year an Xbox Game Pass subscription. But what am I talking about? Let me give you a few examples. Basically, no one expected any major announcements or news out of the Tokyo Game Showcase. And not to say that it was one of the big events, but what we learned is that we will get a lot of Japanese games into the Xbox ecosystem. They announced that they are working with 200 Japanese indie developers. Their localization efforts will be bigger than ever, and their biggest games like Starfield or Redfall get full localization. But they also brought some major Japanese action RPGs into Game Pass, like Scarlet Nexus, which came out only about 3 months ago. And even if Japanese games are not your kind of thing, you gotta applaud them for making a huge diverse portfolio available through Game Pass. Another major release for Game Pass is Back 4 Blood, the spiritual successor for Left 4 Dead. A really fun to play first-person co-op shooter / survival game. I was lucky enough to be able to play the game in its beta a few weeks ago, and let me tell you that it is, especially in co-op, a lot of fun, and the game is coming day one at launch into Game Pass. But even outside of Game Pass, Xbox seems seems to keep gamers busy. The Halo Infinite beta took place over the last 2 weekends, and let me be honest, it was a complete success. I have rarely seen so many positive things coming out of a beta from a game, and I can confirm that I had a blast playing this, but that's a topic for another video. Coming back to Game Pass, on October 28th, Age of Empires 4 is coming day 1 into Game Pass, and yes, that's a PC only game, but still, you will be able to play it with the subscription service. And then of course we have the 2 major releases everyone is waiting for. On November 9th, Forza Horizon 5 is coming, which is looking insanely good and is probably going to be one of the best racing games ever made. And then the aforementioned Halo Infinite is coming finally on 8th of December. Other releases like The Gunk, a very promising indie game, is coming in December, and even for the old school fans, Skyrim Anniversary Edition. A new release of Skyrim that will add current gen features is coming on its 10-year anniversary day 1 to Game Pass on November 11th. And since it has become this thing in the gaming community that Xbox is just announcing out of the blue some major additions to Game Pass, I think we can expect over the course of the next 2 or 3 months a bunch of other bigger games coming to Xbox Game Pass, especially considering that they have their anniversary coming up. Xbox is turning 20 years on November 15th. To celebrate that, they already announced a Halo Infinite themed Xbox Series X console, but that's about it. And I think we can all agree that Xbox will have something to celebrate their anniversary, and that stream or event or whatever it will be is yet to be announced. Of course, we can expect some custom controllers, maybe another console, and of course some Game Pass announcements. But I wouldn't be surprised if they use their anniversary to announce probably things like some backcompat news to celebrate the past 20 years of gaming. My point is that considering that Xbox seems to release week after week something to get excited about the ecosystem, I think that they will save 1 or 2 major surprises for their anniversary. And beyond the anniversary celebrations, which I assume to be big, the Game Awards are coming up on December 9th. And even though the release date of Halo Infinite doesn't allow the game to be considered for a Game of the Year nomination, I expect some major Xbox news coming out of the Game Awards. And not just because this first in-person gaming event since the pandemic started is taking place in the Microsoft Theater. No, Xbox has made the Game Awards at the end of the year this kind of event where they take the opportunity to announce some major things. In 2019 they announced the Xbox Series X, their next-gen console, 1 year prior to its launch, which is insanely bold if you think about it. And along with it, they have shown the first in-engine trailer of Hellblade 2. In 2020 they announced the reboot of Perfect Dark with an in-depth look into the studio's vision for the game. And they have publicly said that they think about the Game Awards as the gaming event to announce stuff that is a little bit further out, while they use E3 for the games that are coming in the months ahead. And since the rumor mill is already spinning about things like Hellblade 2 to show up again at the Game Awards, I think it is safe to say that we will have some sort of announcements, even though I personally think it's not going to be Hellblade 2, but that's a topic for another video. And with that, I already want to come to an end of this video. Somehow Xbox seems to stay in the news constantly, and considering what lies ahead with their anniversary coming up, some great additions to Game Pass and some major first-party releases, Xbox gamers won't get bored in the months ahead. And if you think about that, even though Xbox's biggest franchise, Halo Infinite, is launching in 2 months and we have still not seen any single-player campaign gameplay, they obviously must have some aces up their sleeves to keep us gamers excited in the months ahead. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And if you want to support the channel even further, you can become a channel member and get early access to my videos and custom made badges and emojis. And let me thank everyone who supports this channel in any kind of way. You guys rock big time and make this channel to what it is. And now let me know in the comments down below, what do you think Xbox has left to announce for this year, and what do you expect of their anniversary celebration? And besides here on YouTube, you can also hit me up on Twitter, where I share a lot of opinions and gaming discussions. But for now, thank you very much for watching, I see you the next time, and game on!